This front-end design skill is going to make your websites super beautiful, and you can also recreate websites from a single image. Today I'm going to show you how to make high quality websites with beautiful, unique designs, such as the one you see on screen right now, but also how you can take your current website, attach the skill to it, and improve it massively. One of the biggest issues is that websites that are created with AI look so generic. They look all the same. But this simple skill that you can install very easily is going to revolutionize and make your design super unique. For today's video, I'm going to use Minimax M3 and Minimax code to show you the whole workflow, but you can use this skill with Codex, Cloud Code, or whatever other AI model or coding ID you want. This is completely free and you can download it now on my open GitHub. It's down below in the description for you to check out. Just go to the repository, click front-end skill, download it, or make an agent, download it, and install it. Also, this page acts as a lesson. It was created with the front-end design skill, and you are going to see it right now with the skill and in a little bit without the skill, as well as a prompt where we are going to take the Duolingo website that I took as a screenshot and make it even more beautiful using the skill. So the problem is that every AI built website looks exactly the same. The models are not bad, but they don't have taste. We've seen multiple websites in the past with purple gradients and glass card heroes, identical feature cards, and huge numbers and tiny labels. So what are you going to find in this free skill that I curated and created for you in the past few days? You're going to find the skill MD and a folder of references. The AI assistant loads the skill and knows what document to read according to the current step. The procedure is a 10-step procedure, but we're going to explain it in just 5 moves, so you get an understanding of what happens. So at the beginning, the front-end skill acts like a designer, not a generator. Before any code, it understands the subject, the audience, the purpose, the emotional direction, and the scope. It fills those 5 boxes and then it thinks. It finds one core visual idea that is related to your website that you want to design. It creates a small design system with a very specific palette with 2 or 3 typefaces, consistent scaling, and deliberate language. As simple as that. It also picks a layout that fits the content, so the layout is very content aware, and it builds loads of stuff and then goes and subtracts what is relevant or what is not needed, like redundant CTAs, gradients that don't help, decorative icons, duplicate labels, etc., etc. And here you can see a small comparison of what it would look like with the AI default that doesn't use the skill. You will see the purple gradients, those glass boxes, everything is very, very generic. But with the skill, you get a very unique design that captures the viewer. You can see it on the right-hand side. And here you can see the same exact website without the skill, and you see how much more generic it is. Some people may like this more, but in all honesty, all of AI websites looks exactly like that. So in my opinion, I don't like it. Before we go ahead and show you how to install the skill and what we can do with Duolingo, I just want to tell you that this skill is a process. It's not a style. It has a set of design rules that AI follows, but not a specific theme. It starts with a brief and not with the pixels. It understands what really matters before it begins coding. It picks a thesis and a signature, one sentence about the subject and one memorable visual element. Then it creates a small palette system, it picks layouts that fit the content, and it just doesn't spam card grids where they don't matter. It builds everything and then subtracts what doesn't matter, because for this skill, minimalism is essential. So how can you install it? The skill is completely open source. You drop it in your AI agent's skill folder. As we've said, you can find it on my repository down below in the video's description. Also, you can check out Minimax code and get a token plan or buy API through the link in the description. And you're going to find, as we've said, the skill MD and the references directory. You can just point your agent to this directory and tell it to install the skill, so it can completely automate this process. Then when you open up a new chat after installing the skill, you just say, use the front-end skill design to design my website, and you're good to go. Then you hand it what you want to create, which is your brief, and everything else will be handled by the skill. So my question to you is, where would you use this skill? Do you have an existing website that you want to make it look better and less generic? Or maybe create a new website, a new idea. Try out the skill with something new you want to create, or try to improve your current website. So what I've done here is I have a demonstration of creating this website using the skill. So I started with an initial prompt to explain what the video is all about. That doesn't matter to you. I could make this in a future video. If you're a video creator, a YouTuber, or just a marketer, I could do that for you. It's going to be very helpful to you. But then what I say is use the information that we discussed above and plan for the video. And use the front-end skill to create a high-quality website that narrates the idea we discussed. I will use this as a guidance to the viewer. It went ahead with 3,000 lines of code. It created this beautiful index HTML that we've just seen. And I've done exactly the same for Duolingo. I took a screenshot of it and I said, I would like to improve the website using the image attached. Create a new subfolder that stores the website in demo and use the front-end skill to improve it. It's as simple as that. Now, a few people will ask, how did I screenshot Duolingo without scrolling? So I took the Duolingo URL, went into any website PNG screenshot website, and I got the PNG with a full page. AI is very capable of reading pages. So as we can see over here, it begins building everything. It begins by reading the website, saying what Duolingo does, and then it's going to use our skill to recreate Duolingo and improve it. One of the things I like about Minimax code is that it's able to use Playwright to render and check the page visually, so it can also self-verify about the quality of what we create. And this is where the power of the IDE, its tools, its capabilities, but also the model's capabilities come in. Minimax M3 is a very cheap model. They've got a very nice subscription. Minimax code is a very new idea that was massively improved recently by integrating PyAgent on the backend. So I already seen some major changes by them. I absolutely love it. And if you don't have a lot of money, Minimax M3 is probably the best subscription you can get. Their token plan is pretty insane. So as we wait for Duolingo, let me talk to you about the token plan. For $22 per month, you can get nearly 2 billion tokens of M3 usage every single month. This is an absolute insanity, and it gets better as subscriptions scale up. In terms of API pricing, they're pricing so aggressively. If you manage context well, you can see that the price is literally $1.2 per million tokens output. Like, this is such a cheap model, like 95% cheaper than GPT 5.6 Sol, which is an absolute insanity even at API prices. So with no further ado, let's see what our design skill was able to do with the Duolingo website. So this is the Duolingo website, very childish, really nice, simple website. That's the feeling of Duolingo, so I'm not bashing them. It looks great, it has beautiful animations, no issue at all, very straight to the topic. But let's see what our own AI can do. I really like it, it's very playful, but I feel it's very hard at following. Like, you have to scroll so much. There is no clear elements. Like, you see here text, but you have to go left, right. You got the animations. It's a lot, it has a lot of distractions and not a lot of content. It could easily be a single scroll website that has everything here and then just the buttons here. So you gotta scroll quite a lot to find the buttons, and hopefully our design skill is going to improve massively on that. So let's see the response that we created with Minimax M3. And we finally got a response, wrote around 3,000 lines of code, validated everything automatically. Let's check out the final result. So this is the website we created, fully animated with motion. We can scroll and see all of the languages here, tappable as well. We can see here free, fun, effective. Here we can actually try an actual lesson to see exactly how it works. And we also got the link to get the application if we're interested in tapping in. We can see that the content is more dense and more mature. Also here, we got this verification from science and research about why our product works, so why Duolingo works. And this is where you can tap into Duolingo to use it. Here we got an advertisement banner that we can click, English test that doesn't feel like one. And here you can see everything you can learn on Duolingo, and as well as a footer here. So compared to the actual Duolingo website, the content is very similar. It requires a lot less scroll. It doesn't have these animations here that are very professional, but of course AI cannot replicate them automatically right now. We're just designing a new website. Also, our footer is a lot more dense and requires a lot less scroll here. So overall, I feel like the new Duolingo page here is a lot stronger. I think it captures the eye of the people a lot better. So in terms of a split screen, it feels like our website here is kind of better. Of course, it's not fully responsive. You might need a couple of more requests, but I really love what we designed. And we have also proofs of importance. Here, how to get it, a different page for the Power Up Super Duolingo, the Duolingo English test for certification. I also really like this. And in general, I feel like it did a great job in capturing the website. Of course, it's all about what people like more. I feel like the website we created, especially on full screen on website view, is a lot better. It captures the attention of the people more with animations and everything. This is also interactive, which is very nice to see. And here, for example, you could also demonstrate to people what each one of these languages is. It adds interactivity. One of the things that I don't like about our own results is these, cards back to back, but I'm okay with it. I would have hoped that we didn't have these cards, that we have a different design, but this one I really love. And I also love this backed by science reference here. Absolutely amazing. I also like this point of marketing where it says download. I think it's a very good attempt. And of course, if you couple this with image generation models, you're going to make amazing stuff. But of course, this is just a single prompt to recreate the Duolingo page and improve it. I feel our system done a very good job to capture the feeling, to capture the colors, and essentially make it look better with less scroll overall. But this is just my opinion. You can tell me what you believe about it. I think both websites we've seen today were pretty beautiful and pretty amazing. So try out the skill. It's completely free. You don't have anything to miss. If you like the result and the recreation and improvement of your website better, then good to go. If you don't, you can stick with what you have already. Thanks so much for watching.